Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing, well, I guess like a first impression testing of the new Jade and Beauty Bay collaboration. Jade from Little Mix, Jade Thirlwall. It's an interesting kind of collaboration. When I first saw that this was a thing, I mean, I guess I didn't expect it. It was a nice surprise and I thought it looked like a really nice palette. This did actually come out yesterday. They still have some left, but I believe it is limited edition. I will leave a link down below in case anybody wants to get their hands on it. I was going to buy one to test for you guys, and then it just showed up at my house on the weekend and I was sent it from Beauty Bay, so thank you very much to them. It is a sick PR package. Look at this. And then you open the other side and we've got the palette in here. Let's just get into it. So the palette is £30, which I think is actually a really good price because you get 42 shades in here. It's one of their bigger palettes. When Beauty Bay first launched their eyeshadow palettes, they had some really big ones like this. And those were some good palettes actually, but since then they've like elevated their formulas even more. And so I'm hoping that this is going to be on par with the other Beauty Bay eyeshadow formulas, like the Nikki Tutorials palette, the Mitchell palette. Those were just unbelievable, and all of Beauty Bay's new releases, even the Beauty Bay palette that I tried a few videos back, like the kind of snake reptile looking one, the green one, I can't remember what it was called. Amazing quality, and so I'm hoping that this is going to be the same, and I absolutely love the design of it. I intentionally wore my jumper that's got a whole load of like stars on it to match the theme. And it says on the little press release, it's time to indulge in your zodiac obsession. Inspired by my passion for astrology and spirituality, this 42 shade palette has been packed with cosmic mattes and crystallized shimmers to help you create endless celestial looks. And then it says, we've predicted your looks, understand your signs' shades using the zodiac wheel and create the look of your destiny. Oh my god, I didn't even twig, right? So this little pop out thing, it's got the different shades that you're supposed to use for your star sign. I've got to say as well, the packaging of the actual palette is absolutely stunning. Honestly, I would just pay £30 for the packaging alone. And then this is what the palette looks like on the inside. Also, I just want to point out, okay, I posted this on my Instagram stories and I got a few angry DMs being like, Soph, how have you managed to stab one of the shades already? I didn't, I swear to God, this is how it arrived. But this shade right here has got a little chunk out of it. The shade Milky Way, it's got like a tiny chunk out the top of it. It's not a big deal, it's totally fine. But look at the colour range. You pretty much have got every single colour that you could ever want. So the shades that it recommends for my star sign, which is Aquarius, is Northern Star, Moonlit and Full Moon. Northern Star is this bright blue. Moonlit is this metallic blue down here. Where is Full Moon? Oh, it's this one here. So it's like a creamy matte colour. Let's just swatch the ones that it suggests for me. They look pretty good. A lot of the shimmers in here do look like Beauty Bay's sort of foiled shimmers that are in a lot of their more recent palettes. And that formula is beautiful. Okay, they look pretty good so far. I'm not actually sure if this little like zodiac wheel is available on the website, but just in case it's not, and if you guys want to see what your star sign sort of matches up with, I'm just gonna hold it up. And if you want to read yours, then hopefully you can pause it. So I'll do the top half first. And then the bottom half, hopefully you can read it. I do love that, but I wish that they'd actually put that on the back of the palette. How cool would that have been? I just want to swatch a couple more of the shimmers. So I did Moonlit. Let's do Crystal Clear. Oh my god, that feels like one of the super nice foily ones. So does Confetti. They're so soft. Oh my god, I love how she's called that Confetti. Like after the Little Mix song. From the sky drop like confetti. So those two are definitely the foily ones. So is Alien. Oh, Horizon, this looks like a gorgeous colour. Oh wow, that shade Alien. Oh my god, Alien has almost got like a bit of green in it. It's like a goldy, it's got like a tiny bit of a different colour in there. Oh boy. Those are stunning. Some of the other shimmer shades, like for example Jaded, it's not that same sort of like foily texture. It still looks like stunning, but it's not that same, I don't know how to describe it. Can you see the sort of texture differences? There are some that look very reflective just even in the pan, and then there's some others that look like standard shimmers. For example, like Rose Quartz, this one looks like a sort of standard shimmer. Same with Galactic here. But let's just do some of those anyway to see how they compare. Oh my god, I mean, this is still freaking incredible. Let's go onto my hand. Yeah, guys, I can say straight up the shimmers look amazing. I'm gonna do 2 different looks just to try and make the most of as many of the colours as possible. I am gonna slightly follow the guidance of my star sign and do something with like the blues and greens on one eye, because the way that I sort of look at this palette when I first opened it, I was like, okay, well, if you cover the palette in half, you've got like your warm tones on the top and then your cool tones at the bottom. So it's sort of like 2 palettes if you look at it like this. That's the palette and that's the palette. Do you get what I mean? And guys, don't you worry. It's got a dark matte brown, it's got a dark black. It doesn't have a matte white, but it does have a good range of like basic transition shades, like this one and this one at the top, and then this one, this one, this one, this one. I think I would just start, or I'm gonna be chatting all day. Let me just re-blend that out. This is the Revolution Ultimate Eye Base in the shade Light. So let's do this eye first, and I'm gonna take a small brush. I promise you, this has been like swirled off. There is nothing actually left on the brush, but it's stained. So I am actually gonna start with Northern Star, which is this one. Jade is a Northern Star. I can see why she's called it that. Wow. She had an absolutely gorgeous look on in the promo pictures. The only thing that's quite tricky about this palette is like, I'm trying to use the mirror because it does have a nice huge mirror in it, but I'm trying not to just cover my face and cover my microphone. Okay, well that shade is very pigmented. I'm just gonna put that there. You know what? I think I want to do like a silvery blue halo, but then maybe like blend it out with a bit of green. So let's put some blue on my inner corners as well, and then blend it in the middle. I think I will end up like cutting the middle part of my eye, not literally like with a cut crease kind of thing. So far, like literally just patting this on. It is definitely very pigmented. I'm actually going to take a bit of the shade Celestial, which is a darker navy colour. I promise you this is not going to be the same as my Corpse Bride look. Probably should have put that shade down first, but I did not really think this through. So I'm then going to take the shade called Serenity, which is this like mint green matte shade, and I'm just gonna put some of this on the edges of that to sort of try and blend it out a little bit. And then I'm basically just gonna keep going back in with those 3 shades to blend it nicely. This is looking very similar to what I did the other day, isn't it? I was just drawn to these colours. They just look so pretty. That mint shade is really beautiful. So next up, I'm going back in with some of my eye base, and I'm just going to cut like the middle part of my crease in a halo sort of thing. Do you get what I mean? Hopefully you get what I mean. So I'm just like looking like sort of down into mirror. I'm just going to draw like a little bit like this, and then do the trick where you sort of like look up and then it sort of stamps it in the right place. And then just taking a flat brush, and I'm going to take the shade Crystal Clear, which I think is actually the one that it suggested for me, which is this like bluey, slightly turquoisey sort of colour. Actually, first, just to lay down the colour so it doesn't get too like sticky on my brush, I'm just going to do a layer with my finger. Oh boy. Then I am going to just neaten it up a bit. Wow, that colour is beautiful. And then I am going to take the shade Moonlit, which is this one down here. I'm just putting that on either side of it. And then on the very centre, I'm going to take Confetti, which is this silver colour, just to make it really pop. Oh my god. Those are absolutely stunning. And then obviously I'm just going to go back in with the darker blues just to blend this in a little bit. And then I'm actually going to take that full moon shade that is suggested that I use, which is this one. Just on the very edges to sort of blend that into my natural skin tone, I guess. And then I think on my inner corner, I want to use a bit of yellow, which is kind of random, but I just fancy a bit of yellow on my inner corner. Or do I do green? No, let's do yellow. There's 2 yellow shades in there. There's this one and this one. One of them's a shimmer, one of them's a matte. Actually, I guess this one's more of like a limey yellow. I want to do the matte yellow, which is called 2222. Okay, yes, that is exactly what I wanted. Beautiful. And then obviously I will just add some of those bluey shades to my lower lash line. And then let's go back in with a bit of that yellow wherever my brush went. And then in the campaign, Jade did have a look which was, it wasn't really like, I guess it was kind of similar to this. It was with a lot of the blues, and she had these little like crystals stuck on her. So I think I'm gonna do the same. I'm just gonna do a couple though. Okay, screw it, let's do 5. They might fall off. Who knows, but I think they look quite cool. So moving on to the other side of the palette, I'm going to do something warm with the top half. I'm going to try and do like a drawn out sort of cut crease, maybe a little bit of purple. You know what? We'll save, you know what? Okay, so calm down. I'm going to start with the pink, which is called Retrograde, the matte pink. And I'm just going to stamp this. Okay, so far so good. I'm just going to stamp it in sort of like the shape that I want it. Like this. I have a vision in my head. I'm not really sure if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so far so good. That pink, very pigmented. Let's then take, damn it, I wish I'd started with the red. I am just gonna take a bit of Red Planet, which again, another Little Mix reference. I actually love Little Mix, you know. I think they're great. Okay, I'm aware that I've just gone over this pink, but sometimes I don't think things through before I get started. Okay, so let's go back in with the pink. Just slightly above that. And then I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. And I'm going to take the shade Dawn, which is this bright orange. And I'm putting Dawn just above that to sort of blend out those colours. Okay, this is the first shade from the palette that I've tried that isn't as pigmented as it looks in the pan. It's still pigmented and it's blending beautifully, but it's not as pigmented as the others. I think I will just try a little bit of Space Jam, which is this brighter orange, just in between those colours, like just here. Yeah, okay, that's more like it. And then I'll go back in with that lighter orange. And then again, I'm gonna cut underneath that just to clean it up a little bit with my eyeshadow base again. So far, you guys, I can't really fault this. The only thing that I would fault it on is that it's big. And to be honest, I think the main reason why I don't like big palettes is because they're really tricky to film with. But I do appreciate that the average person is not going to be filming with an eyeshadow palette. So also, actually no, they're harder to store, but then also I do think it's good because obviously they're better value for money because you get a lot more shades. I haven't done a perfect job of that. Probably should have removed it, but I think that looks okay. Then let's just quickly set before it creases. I'm gonna set it with Full Moon, which I guess is like the closest to my skin tone. This isn't quite working how I want it to, just because I didn't, like, there's still a bit of pink from when my base mixed with the pink. Oh well, what can I do now? Not much. Then on my lid, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a bit of liner, kind of. Maybe, will that work? Let's take those same shades again, like the pinks and stuff. Oh no, wait, I want to do the red. Let's do the red planet colour. And sort of like line my eyes with this. And then I'll take the pink. And then I will take the lighter orange. And then finally, on my inner corners, let me just find a clean brush somewhere. On my inner corners, I'm going to take the shade Ethereal, which is this like lilac colour. It is a matte lilac, but I just want to put that here. Oh my god, even this one is really pigmented. I am incredibly impressed. I don't know what they put in this palette. I just want to swatch this Milky Way shade, which is the one that I didn't take a chunk out of. And then I'm going to swatch the other pink shades. Rose Quartz, Love Aura, and then What's Your Sign, Hun? Let's just swatch these. I'm going to have to do it on the palm of my hand. Oh, that Milky Way one is like a duochrome whitish pink. Oh my god. Oh my god. That What's Your Sign hand has got like little gold glitters in it. I don't even know what to say. Oh my god. Okay, wait, I missed one. There's this shade here called Halo. I don't know, like, I can't actually think of all of the shades that I have just tried on my eyes and swatched. Obviously, I have not tested every single shade because there's a lot, but I've tested a good few of them. I actually cannot fault the eyeshadows. The eyeshadow formulas, absolutely beautiful. They blended so nicely and they just work, like they're just so beautiful. I don't know what else to say. Let me just put on some mascara. I kind of wish that I'd done both of these looks separately because imagine both of these on both eyes. They would look so sick. Also, I've just noticed, do I have a single drop of fallout on my face? I actually don't think that I do. I did expect that it was going to be good because I've tried quite a lot of Beauty Bay's eyeshadow palettes and they are really nice formulas. But if I'm being honest, I didn't expect it to be this good. I thought that I would try, you know, some of the shades and they would be a little bit like meh. And because it is such a big eyeshadow palette, I thought maybe they might have sort of skimped on some of the quality. and I thought maybe all the shimmers wouldn't be as foily as they usually are, but honestly, like, what the hell? And they can do all of that for £30. Oh, and I didn't even do my brow bone. I'm gonna take the shade Milky Way, which is this one, which is like the duochrome sort of pinky colour. I think there was actually a very similar shade in Mitchell's palette with Beauty Bay. And I'm just going to put a bit of that here. I should have definitely done it before I stuck my crystals on. So this is look number 1. And this is look number 2. That shade on my brow bone is so pretty as well. You could definitely finish this off with some lashes, or you could just leave it as mascara if that's what you wanted to do. I think this look by itself especially doesn't even necessarily need lashes. This one maybe because the lashes sort of get swallowed in the shades a little bit, but like this by itself I kind of love without lashes. I'm impressed. I'm really, really impressed. So overall, do I think it's worth £30? Yeah. I really do. I think the only thing they should have done is put that cool like zodiac chart on the back of the palette. That would have just made it 10 out of 10. I will leave it linked down below. I think it is still available. Hopefully it's still available by the time that I post this. And I'm now just going to answer a question of the day. So if you guys have got any questions for me, leave them down below with the hashtag question of the day. Ooh, today's question comes from Kaylee E. And she said, Halloween content is some of my favourite content. Sorry you had so much trouble with this video, but the results are amazing. Love you. Thank you. Question of the day. What are your top 3 Halloween movies? Nightmare Before Christmas, obviously, can be a Halloween movie and a Christmas movie. I also really do love The Corpse Bride as well. I also actually love Frankenweenie, which I think is underrated. I think it's a really good film. But, I wouldn't say that Frankenweenie is one of my top favourites. I would say the Scream movies. I love all of the Scream films. You know what? Last year, me and James watched Hubie Halloween. Or Hubie Halloween. Is that what it's called? The one with Adam Sandler? I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. If you have any Halloween film recommendations, please let me know below, because I would love to watch some more this year. But there we go. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.